Welcome back to Withy Wendell Wanderings. This is a place for slow steps, old paths, and listening to the land, to history, and to quiet things we usually just pass right by. Every episode is going to be a walk through places shaped by time, memory, and wonder. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get going. Today, we're walking the Roswell River Trail, a quiet, peaceful path that follows the curve of the Chattahoochee River through one of North Georgia's most historic towns. The trail offers something a little different, a chance to walk beside a river that has quietly witnessed centuries of change. Industry and recreation, growth and preservation, celebration and survival have all passed through this bend in the water. The Roswell Riverwalk Trail stretches roughly 4 miles connecting Dawn White Park to Wheelio Park. It's paved, mostly flat, and welcoming to just about everyone: walkers, runners, cyclists, families, and dogs on a leash. As you move along the trail, the Chattahoochee stays close. Sometimes it's wide and slow-moving, and other times it narrows and quickens, brushing past rocks and roots. Boardwalks carry you over wetlands, and open stretches offer long views downriver. It's an easy walk, but it doesn't feel empty. Birds move through the trees, water slides over the stone, and beneath the calm surface is a river that has been shaping life here for a very long time. Long before Roswell, Georgia was a town, long before Atlanta existed, indigenous peoples lived along this river. The Muskogee, Creek, and other native communities depended on it for food, travel, and trade. As the region grew, the river took on a new role, one that still affects millions of people every day. Today, the Chattahoochee River provides the majority of Metro Atlanta's drinking water. When you turn on the tap in Atlanta, there's a good chance that the water began its journey right here. That reality changes how you see this river. It's not just a place for walking, floating, or cooling off in the summer. It's a lifeline, carefully managed, heavily relied upon, and quietly working every single day. By the mid-1800s, the Chattahoochee had already become a critical artery for Georgia. And when the Civil War arrived, that importance only deepened. During the Atlanta Campaign of 1864, the river served as one of the last major natural defensive barriers protecting the city of Atlanta. Confederate forces positioned themselves along the banks, hoping the width and current of the Chattahoochee would slow Union troops advancing south. For a time, it worked. The river shaped strategy, dictated troop movements, and brought precious, if temporary, time. Union forces, under General Sherman, eventually found ways to cross the river, outflanking Confederate defenses and continuing their push towards Atlanta. Once the Chattahoochee was crossed, the fall of the city became inevitable. Farther downriver, the Chattahoochee also became the site of naval ambition. Confederate shipbuilders constructed war vessels, including the steam-powered gunboat CSS Chattahoochee, hoping to use the river to challenge Union control and protect Southern supply lines. When defeat became unavoidable, some of these ships were deliberately destroyed or sunk to keep them from falling into Union hands. In April of 1865, near the very end of the war, Union cavalry crossed the Chattahoochee again, this time attacking Columbus, Georgia, in what many historians consider the last major battle of the Civil War. The river that had once promised defense now marked the closing chapter of the conflict. Today, parts of that history still linger beneath the surface. Artifacts from sunken ships and wartime industry have been recovered from the riverbed, while others are believed to remain below, hidden under slow-moving water and silt. But the Chattahoochee hasn't always been treated with quiet reverence. In the late 1960s and 1970s, this river became the stage for one of the most legendary and chaotic events in Georgia history, the Ramblin' Raft Race. What started as a small homemade raft race organized by Georgia Tech students quickly exploded into something massive. By the mid 1970s, hundreds of thousands of people were gathering along the river every Memorial Day weekend. People floated downriver on rafts, inner tubes, and anything that would hold air. Spectators lined the banks, music played, parties spilled from land to water. Some called it Woodstock on water. The race itself didn't pass directly through Roswell, but it took place on the same river system, upstream and downstream from where we're walking today. And its spirit absolutely belonged to the Chattahoochee. Eventually, safety concerns and environmental damage brought the event to an end, but there was an unexpected outcome. The chaos helped people realize just how valuable the river was. Not long after, major stretches of the Chattahoochee were federally protected as part of the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Center, preserving the river not just for use, but for future generations. Long before raft races, paved trails, or recreational tubing, rivers like the Chattahoochee functioned as highways. In the 1800s and early 1900s, steamboats regularly traveled the Chattahoochee, moving cotton, lumber, farm goods, and passengers between river towns. These boats connected inland communities to larger trade networks at a time when roads were unreliable and railroads hadn't reached everyone. Along with many southern rivers, including the Chattahoochee, steamboat racing became a form of popular entertainment. While these races were informal rather than officially organized sporting events, rival captains were known to push their boats to the limit, competing for prestige, speed records, and bragging rights. Crowds often gathered along riverbanks to watch the boats thunder past, their paddle wheels churning, the water and smoke pouring from their stacks. Although documented steamboat races were more common along other stretches of the Chattahoochee than directly through Roswell, the river here was still very much a part of that culture. The same waters flowing past today's Riverwalk once carried commercial traffic, competition, and spectacle. By the early 20th century, railroads and improved roads gradually replaced riverboats as the primary means of transportation. Steamboats faded from the river, but their legacy remained, proof that the Chattahoochee was once not just a boundary or backdrop, but a bustling corridor of movement and ambition. No reflection on this river feels complete without mentioning one of its most famous tributes. In 1993, country artist Alan Jackson released a song, Chattahoochee. Jackson was born and raised in Noonan, Georgia, just southwest of Atlanta, firmly within the cultural orbit of this river. The song isn't about one exact stretch of water. It's about what the Chattahoochee represents: summer, freedom, growing up, learning hard lessons, and remembering where you came from. When the song became a #1 hit, it carried the name of this river far beyond Georgia. But for locals, it felt personal, like a shared memory set to music. That same spirit once fueled raft races, river gatherings, and long days spent doing nothing in particular along the water. The Chattahoochee has always been more than a river. It's an experience. Walking the Roswell Riverwalk now, it's striking how many layers of history flow past this place. This river has fed cities, hosted celebrations, carried commerce, inspired music, and now offers a quiet path for reflection. You can walk it quickly, or you can take your time. Either way, the Chattahoochee is still doing what it always has done, moving forward and carrying the stories with it. Next week, we will continue this journey through history, but in a very different setting. We'll be walking the paths of Oakland Cemetery in downtown Atlanta, one of the city's oldest landscapes, where stories are carved in stone and shaded by old trees. It's a place where Atlanta's past rests quietly beneath your feet, from Civil War soldiers to civil rights leaders, artists, builders, and everyday people who shaped the city. Until then, take care, stay curious, and as always, keep wandering.
By the river Jordan, the story begins. A voice in the wilderness calling out sins. Turn your heart and follow, the kingdom is near. The light of the gospel is breaking through here. Follow me by the river, come see the Lamb, walking through the valley with the great I am. From the mountain teaching to the Galilee Sea, truth is calling, come and follow me. Blessed are the humble, the broken, the poor, for heaven's wide open, it waits at the door. The lost find their shepherd, the blind start to see. A table of mercy is set for the free. Follow me by the river, come see the Lamb, walking through the valley with the great I am. From the mountain teaching to the Galilee Sea, truth is calling, come and follow me. Who will stand when the storm winds blow? Those who build on the rock will know. Who will shine when the night is long? Those who walk in the light belong. Follow me by the river, come see the Lamb, walking through the valley with the great I am. From the mountain teaching to the Galilee Sea, truth is calling, come and follow me.
Thank you so much for watching and spending part of your time with us today. We really do appreciate you being here and walking these trails with us. If you'd like to support what we're doing, you can buy us a coffee. There's a link in the description below, or watch for the QR code. We hope you'll join us next week for another walk and another story. Same bat time, same bat channel. See you then.